If you're a busy dad struggling with the guy that's staring back at you in the mirror, I understand where you're coming from, and I've been there myself. The programs aren't built for you. It's built for bodybuilders or single guys, guys with no kids who can spend hours on end in the gym and just be super dialed in with what they're eating all the time. That's not us, right? We got work, we got kids, we got spouses. We want to show up in every area of our lives. You need to be working out less but getting the same results. I'm Corey Hobbs, and that's why I built The Forge. I'm a former Division I athlete, former Division I strength coach, and those environments are absolutely electric. And they got a lot in common with you, being pulled in multiple directions, having to be super efficient with their time. That's how I build the workouts in The Forge. We got to get the most out of a little bit of time, and we're getting dads amazing results. Now, you don't have to just take my word for it. You're about to hear from some of our dads in the group right now who are putting in the work with less time, getting amazing results, and seeing the benefits. So take a listen.
Well, kind of just really what I shared before was just programming was good, but then it was getting pretty monotonous and honestly just kind of, I mean, it's always good, at least from my perspective, to have outside coaching and outside programming for accountability and just kind of to take the weight off of just thinking about it. And so, yeah, that's why I decided to stick with it after the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think it's the camaraderie and then like the accountability of it too. Like everybody stays together and says, okay, like we're all working out together. We're all we're all I don't know, in the same period of life. I think is the best kind of word to put to it, in the sense that we all understand like the stressors of it, but trying to just get to it and just be the better version of ourselves to stay older.
Because of the team aspects to help me maintain accountability and, you know, well, why I joined, I guess, at the end of the day is to be there, you know, is to be strong for my kid when he's, you know, when he's in his 30s and 40s and I'm in my 60s and 70s. That's the ultimate reason, you know, longevity for my family. And the reason the Forge specifically is because every other program I've ever tried doesn't work. And because I have, you know, I was in team sports from the age of 5 till 22, and that aspect is something that significantly helps with my motivation and accountability.
Just to get healthier and lose some weight and keep up with the kids. And then my family history is not good. My dad died at 53 from heart failure. His dad died in his 50s. So I'm trying to the 50s. So
that's a good question, because I think it's an awesome idea, and I want to be just like you. I was looking for a group of dads who want to work out, and are all like doing the same programming and kind of holding each other accountable, both directly and indirectly.
Yeah, one thing that at least I've felt is like since getting out of college athletics, I haven't found anything that was even close until this has been like the closest thing, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's there. I think what's been beneficial to me, I obviously have not been perfect and I've still caved, but I think about things significantly more of like, oh, this is gonna negatively affect my results, or I need to be thinking about, you know, sleep and all these other things. And it's also like me combat like just not drinking alcohol and like going out and being like, no, I dedicate to this, and the other dudes are also doing this. So like we just need to do this. So yeah. It's been really, I mean, it's been great.
Sweet.
Working out's been awesome too. Although I hate front squats. I'm like hating front squats again, but it's great. Mainly because they're tempoed, but it's fine. I'll be all right.
I joined the Forge because for years, both in the military and after I got out, I kept just trying to go find some online program that I could follow, do by myself, you know, going to the local gyms wherever I was living at the time. And there was just no consistency to it. There was no tracking system to it. It was, hey, follow this 12-week, 8-week, 14-week workout program and try to see if you can just stick with it. And just with the throes of life, things happening, trainings during the military, all sorts of stuff. The consistency just wasn't there. I never really saw results doing anything. And as soon as you reached out and said, hey, I'm putting this group together, it's all encompassing, workouts, nutrition, everything built in. Yep, sign me up. Let's go. Again, I mentioned to you before, I am terrible at programming my own workouts, and I'm even worse at nutrition. So having the additional coaching and accountability to get that stuff on track finally, especially now that I'm getting into my 30s, and again, we're still young, but starting to kind of feel age a little bit. That was, again, something I was already thinking about. So between your time and reaching out to me and thoughts I was already having in my own head, it just made perfect sense.
So far from what I've seen, it's been cool how, well, one, everyone seems to be in the same stage of life or similar stage, which is like the target audience. That makes sense. But it is like, I think that's a very strong aspect about it. Makes it pretty unique.
Yeah, the biggest thing I love is the community, the sense of accountability, the sense of team, and how that can, you can use that to your advantage.
I think it's just like everybody getting together and then like sharing the same stuff and then just going back and forth and being like, yeah, this is a lot of protein, or the jump rope stuff. As much as I hated it, I secretly loved it.
I know you needed it. Those baby calves of yours.
Oh my God, that ripped them part of me.
I mean, just being able to bounce things off, and I don't talk in there a huge amount, but just knowing that there's a resource to talk to, and then just for me, the exercise regimen and stuff has really been helpful, and hopefully this will be helpful too with the nutrition stuff. But just having that blueprint for the exercise, like I had no clue before this, where to start with that. So that's been important, having that structure.
Yeah, I like being back in the doing something together mentality. I think it's like we're not in competition, but it's just like we're all trying to get better and be better and push each other better. And it's just nice to have also a group to go to just be like, hey, I really don't want to do this workout today. And other people are like, yeah, I also didn't want to do this workout today, but I did it. And so suck it up and go do it. And you're going to be glad that you did. So it's kind of like sharing the suck, if you will, on certain days.
The programming is fantastic. I think the workouts are great. And the fact that you can curtail them to your needs as far as the time perspective is concerned. Like if you just need to get the core workout done just to make sure that you're checking the box that day and getting something done for 20, 30 minutes in the gym, you're still getting some work in, which is great. And the community aspect of it as well. I think number one, of course, from the accountability perspective, but I think as well, just from, again, the premise that you've given of being able to communicate and joke with and support other dads who are in the same stages and throes of life that you are. I think that just adds that extra element and that stickiness to a group like this where, again, you've got guys who are going through the exact same things and the exact same challenges where, again, we can all sit here and come up with all the excuses in the world as to why we can't work out, why we can't stay in shape, why we can't stay strong, or we can tell each other to suck it up and just do it anyway. So that's, I think, probably even more so why I really enjoy the group so far.
I think it really depends on what they're looking for. I think if training is what they're looking for, the training is thorough but simple, if that makes sense. So it's not complex. That like the app just walks you through step by step. It's very user friendly. The actual movements are also not basic. I'm not saying or simple in that way, but they're not this just overly complex type workout, which I think a lot of people, especially dads in the stage of life, might be fearful of. This intense or complex training program's not that at all. And then if they're looking for community, like I said, the community is a very unique community. The fact that most guys are, or all guys are in this similar stage of life. And so that shared perspective of just being a dad, whether it's the fatherhood aspect or the actual just fitness aspect, being in most of us are early 30s and mid 30s, and then being dads.
Just do it. I think we've talked about this. The hesitation is this going to work? If I'm going to spend 7,500, 200 bucks, whatever the insert price here, like, am I going to get my money's worth for it? And the two things I always say is there's never a good time to do anything. Like, if I've learned anything, there's never going to be a better time than right now. So just go do it for that instance alone, because things are just going to get more expensive and things are going to get crazier. And the faster you just start to instill a rhythm of this in your life, the faster you're going to make the change. So that's one. And two, worst case scenario, you just become more active. Best case scenario, you really start to change your lifestyle and habits, and that has a greater effect on your family. So it's like, and it's $100. And I would argue that if you jump into the Forge and you take it seriously, you're going to save $100 somewhere else in your lifestyle habits to invest back in the Forge. Like, I don't drink alcohol, right? That's like, if you think about it, like, if I were to buy, basically, I used to buy like a 4-pack of beer a week, right? It just like, which ended up having like, not necessarily that I directly drank all of it, but it was just like, that was kind of the common trend. And that's like $20, right? So 4 weeks in a month, I'm not drinking alcohol. There's $80 back in my pocket that is going directly towards the Forge and others, and other things too. And then it's just like getting to the point where it's like, hey, we're watching less TV. So like, maybe we can cut our TV subscriptions. Like, we're not eating out as much because we're eating in. Like, that's money back in our like, it's like a net zero. Like, sure, up front you're like, oh, that's $200 extra, but it's like, no, if you actually take it seriously, dive in, you're going to get the money back, and you probably still might end up being plus some money at the end of it that you can just put into more supplements, but whatever. But anyways,
Stop pretending like you can do it on your own and just join a team.
Hell yeah.
I would say give it a shot. It's worth the time and money, and if you don't like it, you just stop. There's not much risk, so just get healthier.
What would I say to a dad on the fence about joining? What are you so afraid of? If you're looking at yourself right now and you're not happy with your aesthetic, you're not happy with your relationship with food, maybe you need more friends, who are dads, and guys to communicate with. I mean, what do you have to lose? There's really no negative. There's no downside. Again, the opportunity to be thrown into a community of guys, like I was just saying, who are experiencing the same general challenges that you are and still have the desire and the mindset that they want to continue to stay strong and improve and progress. I really don't see how you can look at that as a negative thing. Being around that type of group, that accountability, that association, it can be a game changer for a lot of people. So I think that's something where, if you are on the fence, it's getting around an association of guys who are like-minded and want what is best for you in all areas of your life. Can't go wrong.
Now, if you like what you've heard and you're ready to take the next step, all I need you to do is head to entertheforge.org. I'll drop the link in the description here, and I'll give you your money back if you don't get the amazing results. You're ready to put in the work. You're ready to make the commitment to yourself, your family, show up as the best version of you, and get rid of that guy who's looking back at you in the mirror right now. I'm going to get you the results, and they're going to be so great that if you don't like them, I'll send you your money back. Head to the link below, and let's get you in the Forge.